Pleased to have Maureen Toombs with us and Linda Wilson from the Women's Council of Realtors. Now, you've met these people before, right?
I've met Maureen Toombs, yes.
Yeah?
Not Linda.
Well, I'll let you start things out.
Maureen's now the president of the Women's Council of Realtors, right?
Correct. That would be correct.
Thank you. And Linda, you're president-elect?
No, I'm the past president-select, and I was the past president back in 2009.
Okay, forgive me.
I know that you're a network of realtors empowering women, and I always love that expression, empowering women, to exercise their potential as entrepreneurs and industry leaders. Does that kind of sum it up?
That was very good. That was our mission statement.
I thought mine was better.
I took it right from your website. I'll give you the website. It is WCRRochesterNY.com. It's kind of a long one. WCR for the Women's Council of Realtors. WCRRochesterNY.com. And I know we'll have a link at PropertySourceRadio.com so you can go right to it from our website as well. I also know that you were as part of a nationwide organization, and Rochester, New York is the largest chapter. Am I right there?
Yes, we've been the largest chapter for many, many years in a row. Without giving any further ado about that, yes, it is the largest chapter in the United States. It has been for a long time, and we're pretty proud of that fact. And Women's Council of Realtors nationally is the 12th largest women's organization in the world.
Really?
Yes.
So so if I'm putting one and one together, if this is the largest chapter, does that mean we have more women realtors here in Rochester, New York than any other city that has a chapter?
Well, that's a good assumption, but I don't know that that's necessarily true. We have certainly got a percentage of men who join the Women's Council of Realtors.
Well, see, that was going to be one of my questions.
I'm ahead of you then, aren't I?
As most women are in my life.
It's pretty easy to know that if you are a member of the Women's Council of Realtors, you're probably going to have a better output, a better outlook, and perhaps a better business in the long run.
How?
Well, most of the Women's Council of Realtors people have a tendency to have an income that is twice the income of all or any New York State and probably nationally real estate agents in the country.
Wait now.
That's pretty good.
Could you explain why that would be true? Or is this just a statistic?
I'm going to let Linda jump in a little bit here because she's a good person too, and she has some of those answers along with me.
I think it's because of our phenomenal programs that we offer. We offer continuing education courses, and we have national speakers. We meet once a month, usually at a country club.
Okay.
And we see what the realtors need, and we try to fulfill the need.
Okay. So you provide information to make the realtors more successful, therefore the income is higher.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So are you realtors yourselves?
Yes, we are, but we're not just made up of realtors. We're made up of another group that's called affiliates, and they're mortgage brokers, attorneys, engineers.
Oh.
And our events are open to the public.
So self-employed people could join the Women's Council of Realtors if they're not realtors.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Oh, okay.
Do you have groups like contractors and, people that kind of work? You figure that's an industry that kind of works together. Contractors, we met with the shingle magician who cleans the roofs, people like that. I know some realtor offices have like a home services department and they contract out to, window replacers and stuff. Do you also have those people in there?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
That's awesome.
See, I think Alex is a perfect possibility for your organization.
Yeah.
She knows her stuff.
We're a business resource center. We have networking and referral events, like Linda said, all the time. We have the professional support material, and we certainly have leadership development. That is one of our largest things that we do throughout the year. We attend national conventions twice a year, and our boards all go with us when we go to these national conventions because they're all about education for us. And I think that's one of the reasons the Women's Council of Realtors real estate agents are very successful because we bring back all kinds of good information that we put out to our real estate community. We also cooperate highly with our local Greater Rochester Association of Realtors.
And how so?
Oh.
Well, as a matter of fact, we have an event coming up on July 14th.
Hold it right there. This is going to be on the air on the 23rd. So you can say a perfect example was our event last weekend.
Example.
So
okay.
say.
So can I say that?
Yeah, and I'll do an edit.
All right. So a perfect example of how we cooperate with them is to have a company or a group called Tax what is it? Oh, Tax Reduction Institute. That's me stumbling over myself.
That's okay.
The Tax Reduction Institute, and they're going to be presenting a 30-minute segment on tax strategies for real estate professionals. And of course, that is anybody that really is self-employed. So it could also apply to many other groups and sources.
So that event was last week, and I'm sure it's just very successful. You're going to follow up? Will you have more events like this coming
Absolutely.
up? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great.
We follow up with our events all the time. We have we do survey at every event so we can find out what we need to do, what we need to change, and how good was the event itself.
So you learn as you go along.
I was the speaker, right.
You were the speaker?
No, I'm not always. I just do the presentation of the effort. We always have a different speaker. We've had national speakers. One of the national speakers we had last year, Marilyn Motes Kennedy, who's talked about cross-generational selling, which was a huge thing, and it is still a very huge thing.
What is cross-generational selling?
Well, it's usually categorized. I don't want to categorize people, but it is categorized by age groups, numbers of people, and what are they buying, why are they buying, and where are they buying. And that's kind of a nutshell of Marilyn Motes Kennedy and how she presented herself. And we had a number, like 200 people at that event.
Wow.
And she could have spoke for another hour or so, I would say. Right, Linda?
Yes.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's the Women's Council of Realtors. Our guests are Linda Wilson. See, I'm from Boston. I always say Linda. We tend to put an R in there. I have a sister named Linda, and I always call her Linda. Linda Wilson, past president, and Maureen Toombs, who is the current president of the Women's Council of Realtors, here with us till 10 o'clock on Property Source Radio. I found out that there are nearly 300 chapters nationwide, and as you said, you interact all the time with each other.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it. You're flipping through your pages there like crazy. What are you looking at over there?
Well, I'm just looking to see things that I could add here or fill in and make us sound better or different.
You're sounding pretty good.
We're a nonprofit organization, really, within the state eyes. We are a nonprofit organization, and we continually give back to our community. After year after year, by donating to such wonderful organizations such as the Boniva Center, Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester, Gilda's Club of Rochester, Paluda Center of Rochester, the Women Helping Girls, and the YWCA. That's just to mention the bigger ones. There's plenty of littler ones that we end up making minor donations to throughout the year, and we that's one of the things that we like doing a lot.
So what got you into this organization? What attracted you about it that you decided?
Well, for me, I'll let Linda answer for herself, but for me it was really I've been a member of WCR for about 15 years now, and I was a member way back when I first got my license in 1984, and I kind of dropped off. I don't know why, and then I got back into it, but I realized when I dropped out that something was missing, and the organization has really been successful for that long. We've been around for 26 years. Linda's my little ear here correcting me.
Statman.
Yeah,
Stat
26 years. They've been around for 26 years. And I've had a license for 28 years. So technically I could have been a member from the beginning. I mean, missing out on the professional, educational, networking was what I missed the most. And that's why I rejoined. And then once I rejoined, of course, the people who were in charge then thought, well, Maureen, just because you joined, doesn't mean you're not going to do anything. So here I am today, standing after going through many, many committees and, that kind of thing, deciding it would be really cool, nice to be the president of this organization.
And how about for you, Linda? What interested you about?
Okay, I've been a member for 8 years, and someone first asked me to come along to a meeting, so I went to a meeting. I thought it was pretty nice, and I just sat back. Then they asked me to join a committee. Then they asked me to join another committee. And the next thing you know, I was on the membership board and became president-elect, and I became president. She mentioned earlier that one of the things that WCR does for you is put you in a leadership position.
It
Wow.
almost sounds like it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
It almost is.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go there, Linda.
The website is WCRRochesterNY.com. Long name, big results. You can get a link at PropertySourceRadio.com, of course, as Linda Wilson and Maureen Toombs join us on Property Source Radio. Quick break here. We'll regroup have a little quick cup of coffee, and when we come back, I want to ask how you become a member and what is the future of the organization. It's Property Source Radio. We are here till 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining us at Sports Radio 950 ESPN.